Salvete omnes, nomen mihes canicus. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Novus, or New.
Of a large white dragon striking your ship.
In this series, I am going to try and look at the game through new eyes and determine what does the game tell me. All right, so use WASD. Okay, so I'm moving around. That turns. Got it. Walk close by and left click on Jeets to talk to him.
Speak to me.
Okay. I know I'm not going to skip. Now don't go blaming a poor rogue for making a living. Besides, I didn't take nothing from you. You got nothing worth taking. Yes, I seem to have misplaced my belongings. I'm talking to everybody. And I'm reading the dialogue. It's right dangerous to walk around without a blade. For my good deed of the day, I can give you something back at my camp. All right, lead the way.
What the halfling said was true. No one but you made it to the island alive. It may be worth following this rogue. For now.
Hold down. Oh, wait, hang on. While holding down the right mouse button to look around, you can use the arrow keys to move your character. Okay, so I can move the character and I can hold down the right mouse button. Gotcha.
Follow me.
Got some more hints here, though. Let's look at what it says. Talking to NPCs. Okay, I did that.
This way.
Did basic movement. Hints. Hints appear throughout the tutorial experience to help you learn about the game. You can click on any hint to display more information. Clicking a hint. So this is the last hint that I'm looking at is telling me what the hints are. Okay.
Follow me.
All right, so I'm following him. Now the game is telling me to do things, not really look at my character sheet or see what's going on.
Want a weapon or not?
Remember, you can left click on any character you meet to start a conversation. Here's a weapon for you, but then you do me a little favor. Tit for tat, right? Well, that depends on what you want. I'll take that as a yes. Here, you look like you could use this heavy mace. Wow, normally on Customize it gives you a choice, but it doesn't give me a choice. But see, the problem here is I don't want to use a heavy mace. I want to use a longsword because I'm a follower of the Sovereign Host. Okay.
Give it a few swings.
All right, click I. You don't click I. I don't know why I never noticed this before. You don't click I. Oh, goodness. The quest objective window is on the top right of your screen. Of you screen. Oh, my goodness. SSG. Oh, okay. The window on the top right of the screen displays your objectives. You've already completed the checked off items, so you don't need to worry about those. The remaining unchecked items tell you what you should do next. Okay, equip your weapon. So, the I key will display your inventory. Here you can manage your items, equipment, and weapon sets. You can double left click on an item or drag it to the character silhouette to equip it. All right, so I hit I. Okay, I can see my weapon. It says I can double click.
As you take hold of
So
the
I double
weapon,
click.
feeling its balance, you can't help but notice this Jeets has more he wants to say.
Okay, so I know I would rather have a longsword, but a new player wouldn't know that. Okay, that weapon suits you, so ready to help me out. All right, so basically what that's doing is if you are doing customized character and you choose something that you're not proficient with, they'll suggest that you pick something else. Fine. What task do you have for me? Here's the deal. Selimus is waiting for us in a cave up the path. Go and tell her we'll be along shortly, just as soon as we finish with all the salvage on the beach. That's it? Give a message to this Selimus? Well, I'm sure Selimus would appreciate any help you can give her too. And it'll make her less likely to smash my noggin when I catch up. Very well, I'll go to this cave and help her.
Selimus is at the grotto.
Okay, press M to open the map, find the entrance to the grotto, and walk there. Press M to bring up the map. Map note icons on the map can guide you to your goal. A yellow door indicates a dungeon for which you have a quest. Map. Okay, so I want to go this way. Get rid of my inventory screen. Now, what would somebody do here? Well, it said give it a swing. Press T to enter mouse look mode. You can press T again to exit. I've already got keybinds done, so. To pick up an item from the ground, point your left mouse reticular at it and left click. Okay, didn't do that. Okay. Items sometimes drop upon the ground. To pick an item up, stand close and point your camera at it, then left click. Okay. In mouse look mode, your camera turns without needing to hold down the right mouse button. This mode is useful in combat. To select something, point the cursor at the center of the screen. Cursor at the center of the screen at it and single right click. Holding the right mouse button unlocks the reticule or however you say that name. Say that word. From the center of the screen. Press T to toggle mouse look on and off. Okay. Well, I'm going to try to navigate with the map, but I also feel like I need to be smashing things. So let's smash things. Okay, it doesn't tell me that I could. I think what the default key is like E or something like that, to interact and pick things up.
Selimus is in the grotto. I shall show you the way.
Break the. Okay, so now it tells me to break. Okay. Break the barrels and crates. Hold your left mouse button to swing your weapon.
You
Okay,
can
so
smash open these crates.
most crates, barrels, and vases can be broken. Some will even drop items or money. Stand in front of one of these objects and hold the left mouse button to swing your weapon. Okay. So it does tell me to do that. All right, now I've picked up these starter potions. Let's look in our inventory and see what they do. Binds to character on acquire. Target self, school conjuration, spell resistance. No idea what any of that means. Heals 6 to 11 hit points for all characters, including Warforged, who are resistant to other forms of healing. Heals 1d6 plus 2, plus 1 per caster level HP. Caster level 1. Six to 11. That doesn't add up. I mean, this should be 4 to 9. Where's the other 2 coming from? Okay, once again, disappointing. Okay, I still have my map up. I guess we can leave it up to...
From dragon-wrecked ships like yours.
All right. All right. Now that I have a little bit of time, first thing I'm going to do is this and go here. Now, I'm doing this because I don't want general chat on camera. I'm going to click that. That's probably fair. What happens if I do that? Okay. Okay. I know I want this stuff somewhere else. This is all completely personal preference. what's on the hot bar, all that stuff. So far, the game has not instructed me about the hot bar. To my knowledge, there hasn't been a hint or anything about the hot bar. If I'm wrong, let me know.
Tell me, was it exciting?
If I'm critical of something, I want to be fair. Hold down the right mouse button to look up or down. Okay. Not entirely sure what I'm looking up or down for, but sure. While holding the right mouse button, you can move the mouse forward and backward to look up or down. If you have mouse look mode on, then you don't need to hold the mouse button. Alternatively, you can use keypad 8 or keypad 2 to look up or down. Now, all these keybinds don't really work for me because I have that stuff set. Okay, but this is an opportunity to kind of,
Go ahead and look around.
jump around, learn how to, you're learning how to get up on these areas. You're learning how to interact with things. These are some basic skills that you're going to need in the future. Oh, there's a whole bunch of stuff up here I didn't even notice.
I'll wait here for Jeeves.
I've literally, to my knowledge, I've never broken those barrels before. Okay, not enough for fall damage. Here we are. Go inside and speak with Salimus. I'll wait here for Jeets. Okay. Left click the space between the runes to enter the grotto. Let's go ahead and look at the full. That's not the right thing. Okay. The select difficulty panel gives you basic information on the dungeon you're about to enter. Normally, you would be able to choose your difficulty setting, not if you're free to play, at least at first, but this is disabled here. Click the OK button to enter the dungeon. All right, so hopefully we'll get some explanation for what those other things are.
Is this Salimus, the cleric you were sent to find?
Dungeon entrances are demarcated by swirling runes. Left click between the runes to have your character enter the dungeon. Okay. Speak with the cleric Salimus.
Who in Kyber are you?
Okay. One thing I didn't know and that I didn't see a tooltip for or a hint tip was I was able to prepare my spells back there in that common area, and I didn't do it because the game didn't tell me to. Now, there was a little thing up here, but I didn't know what that was. Right? And I didn't think to look at it. Oh, darn, I was going to read everything. I humbly apologize for my associate. He has a good heart, even if he does not always show it. I'll help you navigate this cave, which leads to a nearby fishing village. You'll be able to find a hot meal and some work there. What exactly are you doing in these caves? I've been hired to clear this cave of Sawagan. Jeets and Talbron are supposed to help me. I hope they don't tarry too long. If you come with me, you should be comfortable with Sawagan blood all over that rusty weapon of yours. What's a Sawagan? They're ugly, scaly, slimy, and they like to sacrifice innocents. Start with the human sacrifice. Right? Start with the sacrifice of innocence. Okay, yeah, they're ugly and scaly and slimy. That's not their fault. Right? That's not fair. Right? You're sacrificing innocents to their dark devourer god? Yeah. Okay, I can get behind you. All right, I'm on board. Killing something because it's ugly? Not cool. Can I ask you something else? Is Jeets... I should have gotten my glasses. I still can't read that. I gotta get my glasses out. Game. Oh. Is Jeets Shimmies your friend? Aren't you worried about turning your back to a rogue? Is Talbron your friend? Why is he at the camp and not here helping you? I once thought so too, but Jeets changed my mind long ago. By the silver flame, he can still get my blood boiling sometimes, but he's never let me down when truly mattered. Also, Talbron thinks the world of him. Let me ask you something else. Is Talbron your friend? Talbron has my highest respect. He has a history with Jeets, and they're inseparable. Still, I'd wish they'd hurry. With all the Sahuagin in these caves, I'll sorely miss Talron's sorcery. All right, I'm ready. Let's go.
I shall surround us with a protection spell.
Her spell temporarily prevents you from dying.
Okay, I can't
though
die.
You can still suffer injuries.
Okay, the
This
game
effect
has
will
not
wear
told
off
me
when
how
you
to get
leave
to my
these
character
caves.
sheet.
Now, let's be about it.
But I can hover over these things. All right. So I can sneak.
A gate? There must be a way to open
I can turn
Try
undead.
up that ladder. I'll remain
I
here.
can extend
Watch
spell.
the Sahuagin trying to sneak out.
I can cure light wounds. I can inflict light wounds. So as far as I know, that's my damage spell. I can use Nimbus of Light, which is a damage spell, and I can search. Okay, now I'm using a controller, so I'm going to make this a little bit easier for myself. Eventually, I'll go through and do all of my normal stuff. Press the W key to climb, press S to climb down. Okay. To climb a ladder, walk up to it and press W to climb up. Press S to climb down. When on the ladder, you may use the space bar to jump off. Okay. I mean, that's pretty standard ladder mechanics, but good to know. Ladders are kind of a sore spot. Hit the space bar to jump on top of the rock ledges. Hold the right mouse button to see where you're going. Good advice. Press spacebar to jump on top of a crate or a ledge. If you're having trouble seeing where to go, hold the right mouse button while moving your mouse forward and backward to move your camera up or down. To jump off a ledge or down a hole, just walk off the edge. If it isn't too far down, you won't be hurt. Well, I'm about to be hurt. Oh, blue arrows. They already had these little rune things to tell you where to go, but we're not messing around.
You hear the shuffling and wheezing of some creature coming from the corridor ahead.
Okay, ahead of you is a monster. Hold your left mouse button to swing your weapon at it. Okay. Hold the left mouse button to attack the monster with your weapon. During a fight, the monster's current health appears in the lower right corner of your screen. Okay, well, I want to sneak. Right? I mean, the game is kind of telling me, oh, there's somebody up there, so I'm going to sneak. I know this is, like, completely worthless, but I've got sneak on my bar, and I've got someone to come up here, so hold the left mouse button.
The corroded lever at the rear of this corridor most likely controls the gate where the cleric, Selimus, is
Good
waiting.
job, but no time to dawdle.
We come to assist you. Onward to glory.
Selimus isn't too honked at me. Thanks for putting in the good word. Don't you worry, Selimus. I'm here to watch your behind now.
Okay, use the lever to
The
open the
evil
door.
aura is oppressive. Sahuagin are behind this door. I'll take point. Charge!
Probably should have been a little instruction on using things,
What,
but
it's empty?
I've been interacting with objects, so it should be okay.
Look, the door closed behind us.
It would be logical to assume.
Out of range. Okay, well, I feel like I did something.
Stay alert. For the flame!
Cast failed. Okay, no explanation as to why. I can heal myself.
Sahuagin wretches, are you scared of me? Come down and fight. Purge the wicked!
Now, I've never played I played EverQuest forever ago, but I haven't played, a modern traditional MMO really. See, I know I'm supposed to be over that, but they don't.
Can't pick this. Anyone
All right,
who's
find the key. All right, look for the key. Where is the key?
Good work. I see a key down there. Who's up for a swim?
Hydrophobia mean anything to you?
Nothing, Telron. Nothing from the guy that doesn't need to breathe. Fine. All right, hold the right mouse button to face the direction you want to swim. I've got mouse
You
look on,
grabbed
so it
the
doesn't
silver
matter.
key. Time to swim for the surface.
To surface quickly, hold the space bar. If you can't see where you're going, you can look up and down by holding the right mouse. They're really telling you to hold the right mouse button to look up and down. Like, if you don't know that, you're not paying attention. When underwater, be sure to monitor your breath meter. If the blue bar depletes, you will take damage. Hold the right mouse button. Again, this is like the 18th time they told me to hold the right mouse button. Hold the right mouse button while moving your mouse forward and backward to face the direction you want to swim. Then press W to swim forward in that direction or S to backtrack or backstroke. To surface quickly, hold the space bar. So really hammering home the swim mechanics. Okay. Walk up and left click the round metal door to open it. Some doors can be selected by a right click. You can open these doors by walking up to one and left clicking on it. Why would you tell me about right clicking it? What does that matter?
I'm weary. Let's take a moment to rest.
Okay, optional objective, use the rest shrine. Left click on the moon shrine to regain hit points
I can go all
and
on
spell
my own.
points.
Why don't you scout ahead then? Just don't get yourself in trouble.
Using a rest shrine with a glowing moon restores hit points and spell points. After a shrine is used, it takes 5 minutes to recharge. Dungeons on higher difficulty settings take longer or don't recharge at all. Left click on the moon shrine to use it. Okay, now I can memorize spells or prepare spells, and it's telling me that over there. Let's assume that somebody noticed that this little icon came up, which is a big assumption, by the way. But I don't know how to do that. I'm clicking on it. It does nothing. Now, I want to point out that to a complete and total noob, this is a problem. To somebody with a minimal level of gaming experience and basic computer skills, the thought of going down to the menu and finding character sheet is not crazy. But to my memory, I have not been told how to open my character sheet yet. Go to spells. Okay, I mean, it could be done better. Okay, a lot of stuff that doesn't really explain what it does. I don't know if I've been told that saves are really important so much yet. Honestly, this is what I want to take. I don't know what somebody would take in this situation. I mean, there's really no guidance on what are good spells. And by no guidance, I mean Strimtom made a video on good cleric spells, but the game has no guidance. I'm going to take... I don't know. I mean, the game hasn't told me to change, so I'm going to leave it. Okay, I mean, is that fair? Maybe not. Okay, everybody's experience is going to be the same, or is not going to be the same. The game right now is telling me to scout ahead with Jeets, so that's what I'm going to do.
Crikey.
Speak with Jeets. Ask Jeets to disarm the trap. Traps can do serious damage if you run into them. Rogues and artificers can disarm traps. If you have a rogue or artificer in your party, you can ask him or her to disarm the trap for you. Hey, that's a nasty trap. Lucky for you, I'm here. Why is that? Only blokes with rogue skills can deal with traps. Blokes like me. Don't you worry. If you really want to, you can find a trainer to teach you rogue abilities once you've got enough experience to handle it, that is. Okay, that's vaguely referencing the fact that I can multi-class in maybe the worst advice ever. No, that's a bit harsh, but it's not helpful. All right, I'll wait while you disable the trap. So now we have an objective to bypass the trap. And we have bypassed the trap.
It was no match for
Open the
yours,
door.
Truly. You can open the door now.
Proceed to the near cave. Rear cave.
You two having fun? It's time for us to go. The High Priestess should be
This is
up
the
ahead.
longest grotto I've ever done.
Much suffering rests squarely upon her slimy, webbed head. There she is, performing some kind of profane blood magic.
I will open the door. Prepare yourself. Ready? Go!
Okay, no explanation of the red name.
You've handled yourself quite
According
well.
to our employer,
Keep it
there's
up.
a secret passage around here somewhere leading to Korthos. You boys look for it. I must cleanse the profane energies around the shrine.
Let Selimus do her thing. You and I'll take care of the important stuff. The treasure.
You found a treasure chest. Left click to open it. Left click on the chest to open it, then left click on your items to add them to your inventory. Press I to access your inventory at any time. Okay, well, I see a loot all button, so I'm going to do that and hit I. Okay, I've been told to double click to equip. So the implication is I need to equip everything. So I will. What is this? Ring of water breathing. But no instruction that I need to double click on it to use it. Okay.
My rogue senses are tingling. There's something fishy in this room.
You
Try
feel a
searching
stiff
around.
draft from somewhere in this room.
Use the search skill to
Perhaps
locate
the
it.
hidden passage to the village is in here.
If you think a hidden door is nearby, stand close to it and use your search skill. It's an icon on the action toolbar at the bottom of the screen. Left click the magnifying glass icon.
Found the secret passage? Go on.
Walk up and left
open
click.
it then.
Once you locate a hidden door, it can be selected with right click just like a normal door. You don't need to right click it. Just there.
Brilliant. Tidy lashes and pints up the wazoo. Here I come.
We're almost done here. The way out is up ahead. But first, I want to reward you for your assistance. Please come speak with me.
We've made it. Noa persona. The door ahead should take us out to the village. But before we go, I want to give you something from my stash in thanks for your assistance to me and my fellows this day. Call me Selimus. May you always walk the righteous path, Noa persona, and the holy flame look kindly upon your days and deeds. Choose the ember heavy mace by double left clicking it. This is bad advice for me. I want the long sword. Goodness. But I'm going to do what it tells me. Double click an item from the reward table to choose it as your reward. It is important to choose a reward for your character can use effectively. Clerics prefer one-handed weapons so they can also carry a shield. In this case, choose the ember heavy mace. Equip your new weapon in your inventory. Drag alternate weapons into the hotbar to quickly switch between them. When you get better weapons or armor, you need to equip it in your inventory to actually use it. Press I to open your inventory, then double left click the new item to equip it. If you equip a bow, you also need to equip arrows in the inventory's ammo slot. Switch between weapons by dragging them into your hotbar and clicking on them. For a weapon and shield, drag them into the same weapon set slot in your inventory. Then drag your new weapon set icon to your hotbar for easy use. Okay, now it's telling me to do this, but it isn't terribly relevant. So I'm going to double click like it told me. Then I'm going to put this in here like that, and then I'm going to drag it down here to my hotbar. I don't need that, but that's what it's telling me to do. So I'm doing it. And then we leave.
Stepping out of the grotto, you find yourself in Korthos village. The Sahuagin have threatened this place for generations. Judging from how it looks now, the Sahuagin are winning. However, some hopeful souls still hold out for help.
NPCs with a glowing chalice above their heads have tasks for you. Speak with them to receive their quests. Okay. I'm going to stop here. I wanted to point out two things in particular that I haven't mentioned yet. One, no mention of the daily dice roll or what this symbol means. I've seen it the entire time. There's, no reason for me to do anything other than just accidentally hover over it. And the second thing is nothing here about rank 1 or what that means. Okay, so I have access to an enhancement point, an action point from my enhancement tree, but the game has not told me about enhancement trees or action points. So I'm not going to put any points in anything. All right. Gratias vobis ago. Thank you so much for watching. Another 30 plus minute video. Yay. Hopefully it won't always take this long, but if I'm going to give Standing Stone Games a fair shake and criticize things that, if I'm going to say I didn't know how to do something, I want to be sure that the game actually hasn't told me. I don't want to just go, well, I didn't see it. Like, they can only do so much, right? And if it's there, but people aren't seeing it, they need to know that too. So I will see you next time for Randall and wherever that leads. Si waletis, ego waleo, walete.